At no time before
I took a hit
have
from
voters
Meta.
faced a clearer choice
Right
between
here.
two parties, two visions, two philosophies, or two agendas. Joe Biden is not a savior of America's soul. He is the destroyer of America's jobs. And if given the chance, he will be the destroyer of American greatness. And I have done more in 3 years for the black community than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. And when I'm reelected, the best is yet to come. Joe Biden is weak.
You know what?
He takes his marching orders from liberal hypocrites who drive their cities into the ground while fleeing far from the
This
scene.
is when or says turn on the TV to watch this, okay?
A lot of these lines again. Joe Biden's agenda made in China.
I sit up here and do Trojan horse. What does that mean? Yeah. You know, legend. You know, my inexperience doesn't tell me what a legend or Trojan horse means, okay? Alright, so that you just coded that it just threw me off, man. Obviously, there's some facts to it, right?
And it'll be interesting to see how these two sides
There's some facts to it.
handle campaigning.
Because, okay, the black community should have nothing against the president, okay? Okay, then on top of that, that's one thing that you gotta remember. One thing you need to remember.
They finished there tonight at the White House. Now, this is a place where we're keeping an eye on tonight as well, Kenosha, Wisconsin. We understand it's been relatively quiet. There are
only reason I was watching Flintstones is because but I was listening to music, and then like the President Trump's what do you call it, fracker up here, thinks that if he doesn't get reelected, she's going to be gone, which may be the case, because of what they did on. So it's a pork barrel of like the whole idea. Wait, look what we got here. This is what we got out. There's everything. That's all I wanted to do. That's what we did, you know. Thank you very much.
If you're just joining us, I'm Shannon Bream. This is Fox News at 9, extended coverage of the Republican National Convention. Here are some highlights from this, the final nights.
The final night.
I profoundly accept this nomination for President of the United States.
Donald Trump came to Washington for one reason, and one reason alone.
There's another flip strip of what do you call it, of a new segment.
Principles so often, he no longer has any principles. He's a Trojan horse with Bernie, AOC, Pelosi, Black Lives Matter. Many on the other side love to incite division by claiming that President Trump is a racist. They could not be more wrong.
We need a president who stands up for America, not one who takes a knee.
How can the Democrat Party ask to lead our country when it spends so much time tearing down our country?
I recognize that my dad's communication style is not to everyone's taste, and I know that his tweets can feel a bit unfiltered, but the results speak for themselves.
For 47 years, Joe Biden took the donations of blue-collar workers, and then he flew back to Washington and voted to ship our jobs to China.
You are the reason he is going to keep fighting for 4 more years.
Together we are unstoppable, because together we are...
And I'm more sitting up here listening to this because I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, and say, hallucinated, what do you call it? How can your face split and your spine so bad or hard and such and that, and such and so rather. And you know, you play keep away with it and such and you know.
Well, during the president's
and so with that, and this here, all it is just, all this is what you call it.
Just outside
this
the White House
is just
perimeter
totally,
on the Black Lives Matter Plaza.
And so
they
don't know. Fatal error. They say, you up and such and such.
Speaking, and I'm always careful when I say this because there's lots of blowback when you say this and you say it was relatively calm. It was, at least compared to what we've seen, not just around the country, but also compared to what we've seen actually right here.
The only reason I'm so pissed off about this is to say, it's because I'm giving you lip service again, but this whole idea as a perpetual enemy or as an ongoing enemy of, say, you east of an enemy, and this person right here, what this person do, what this person does like that, and all this flashing light,
appeared to be a fight, and that obviously drew the attention of law enforcement, and they were there quickly. And when they got there, they broke it up pretty speedily. Now, that said, I did note that there were at least 3 people that were detained as they sort of had to pull them out of the fight. There was a lot of bottle throwing, and the crowd was, as you can imagine, like crowds can be late night in Washington, D.C., but I thought the law enforcement handled it relatively easily. Now, I say that to also add this,
now,
we know
if you put a sheep, if you watch Jurassic Park and you put a sheep in the middle of a T-Rex zone, and you ask this person to say, why I need you to sacrifice yourself and say these things, I'm like, I really don't. I mean, it's just kind of like, it just always kind of like throws me off, like about like the intrinsic value. I was like, is it intrinsic value? I mean, I'm trying to watch like Flintstones and stuff like this at this point, and something like that. And the only reason I say that is such as what do you call it, as a problem. The only reason I say that as a problem, huh? I almost go to fucking, what do you call it? Why? Oh, why? It's because why? Because there is no reliability. There is no reliability in what is say, what is to give credit and not to give credit for. Okay. This cheesecake hole not getting built. Okay, so now I'm saying, and you got hypocrites in a sense. Now, you knew that. When he's talking about that. So he said that. And so he said, oh, well, telescope. And he said, oh, there's reliability. The only reason I say that is because there's always an emotional layer involved. Whether it's a sitting president or passing of the baton, right? Whatever, right? And you say, and what they said in the blog with MSNBC was they said that auctioneering, the racketeering of the, what do you call it, of the auctioneering, of the racketeering. Okay, and now what I'm saying is that you say you get Brent Jones, and I got a lanyard, was a perfect response to what MSP was trying to come across in saying what this speech essentially was about. Say that. So if you're saying it about auctioneer that, then what I said about Brent Jones and everything that follows that, excuse me. So you can take that as serious as you want as well.
As pawns or tokens in this.